All right. So if you've been following my podcast or my work or on my newsletter list, which you need to get on right now if you're not on there, Carla Atherton Inspired.com and healthyfamilyformula.com, they both have forms to get on my newsletter list. Also follow me on Instagram, trying to gain some traction there at Coach Carla Atherton, at Coach Carla Atherton. So get on there and like my YouTube channel, or subscribe, actually, better yet, subscribe to this podcast. Do that right now. Support helps people to find me. My YouTube channel is Healthy Family Formula, and you can find a link in the show notes. Okay, so that said, you'll know if you follow my work at all and engage with me that one of my passions is to help to recreate a culture, and which in turn will shift or be the reflection of a shift in consciousness. And what I mean by that is getting out of the I can't and into the I can, and really make true change, returning to nature, the wisdom of our bodies, of our families, the good and robust health, mentally, physically, of our entire population. And I see that the obstacles to that are belief systems that are old and antiquated and really have never served us. And so when talking about the future generations and how this is going to take place, is first looking at ourselves, of course. Of course, that's where it starts. And then we move into this position of being able to steward our families. And so I wrote and have been delivering a program called Returning to Tradition, Rites of Passage, Mentorship, and Stewardship, Reclaiming Our Children from the Pop Culture Trance. And I put it into 3 parts, and I have put each part into 4 different videos. So there's lots of really juicy material there for us to unpack, discuss, and take action on together. So this piece of that program that I am sharing right now today is Heal the Family, Heal the Culture, Heal the Child. And it's an unpacking of those concepts and really like the how-to of how we break that pop culture trance, how we return our children from, this Western culture that is giving rise to mental illness and emotional struggle and addictive behavior and disharmony into a harmonious model. So in this session, I'm going through a little bit of a review of culture, because in a different episode or a different video or a different recording, I go through culture in more depth, but this one has a little bit of a review about culture, how it affects us, and then I move into this this disharmony or suppression, oppression model into freedom and harmony. And this is what we can give to our children. So I hope you enjoy it, this little more lecture style of an unpacking of all of that.
Welcome to the Family Health Revolution podcast with Coach Carla Atherton, where she discovers, uncovers, explores, and reveals the secrets to true family health and wellness.
Okay, so welcome to video number 4 of part 1 of the mental, physical, emotional struggle, our children and youth, reclaim your children from the pop culture trance. So part 1, like I said, how Western culture is giving rise to mental illness, emotional struggle, addictive behavior, and disharmony. And we are on video number 4 with Carla Atherton, Healthy Family Formula director, and Carla Atherton Inspired. Find me there with my health and empowerment coaching. Topic number 4, heal the family, heal the culture, heal the child. And that goes for you adults as well. So this is going to be a little bit of a shorter video. I'm going to start by where we ended our video number 3 with talking about a healthy culture. And this is really the crux of how we overcome, where we heal the culture, heal the family, and heal the child. So this culture is what we want to strive for. And the ways we do that is through tradition, celebration, rites of passage. It is upholding the values in this second column of, confidence, inspiring, community revered, making these shifts in language and ways of thinking about what role our culture plays and what role we play in the stewardship of our youth, and what we provide for them as far as a launch pad for their true and empowered life. I mean, yeah, we might think that we're here to tell our kids what to do, but if you really think about it, the power that we take from them when we try to do that, even if it comes from a good heart, if it comes from our own fear, if it's fear-based rather than empowerment-based, it leads to a sense of disempowerment and disconnection in our children. And so we really have a lot of influence here as parents and stewards, elders, all that. We have a lot of guidance we can give to those kids that need us. And so we can say, like, I need help. And yeah, we do need to support each other in this new way, this different phrasing of what mental and emotional wellness are. But we create that. We can create something new if we see that this is not serving us and hasn't ever served us. And if we see trends going in a way that we see is leading to our children being unwell and unhealthy and unhappy, we have a lot of power to change that. And like I said, break the trance, knock off the concrete, lift the veil, recapture the rapture, right? We recreate this. So I'm going to go to our last infographic here, and I'm hoping it's just going to pull up without being cranky. There we go. Oops. I'm going to put that back. All right. So I can't make it small or larger because, as you see, it's way too zoomed in. So I'm going to go through this. I actually have this included in my shift method in the recordings there. And I'm including it here as well because I think it's really important for us. Like, it's a really good way for us to see how we make this shift that will shift the family, the culture, and the health of your child by moving from a suppression model into harmony. So I wanted to unpack what I meant by suppression into harmony, or repression into freedom, that sort of shifting. What is going on with our current model of suppression in, mental and emotional wellness, and then moving into a model of harmony. And I want to unpack that so that it's really clear about what happens when we do that and what we free up for our families when we do that. And this goes for you too, adults, caregivers, everybody listening. If our children are struggling with this, chances are we are as well. And I'll tell you right now, I have as well. And I had to literally reprogram my heart and my mind and my brain, my spirit out of the suppression model and into harmony. And understanding that made all the difference for me in my personal life, with my community, my relationship with my children, which was already beautiful, but it opened it up so much more for their own healing and me being able to be part of that rather than, like a bully in it, like, you're going to be well or else. I love you, but you're going to be well or else, like, that kind of thing. And also in my coaching, in how I see these changes take place and how they must take place before the whole family finds healing and harmony, not just that child or person or client that you're listening to this series for. It is all of you. It is all of you. So the suppression model, problem with the child, it's hereditary, it's behavioral or parental, like parents are doing something wrong. We're not normal. This is what I unpacked in that first session, the first video, but this is more simplified. Okay. So we are not normal. The next one is like, okay, well, now we're not normal. So this difficult emotion, which is not normal, means that there's a pathology and then we get a diagnosis. Something is wrong with me. That's the message we get. Something is wrong with me. The next is to suppress that symptom because we fear pain. We don't want to feel that. We don't want to experience it. We're running away. We think it's bad. We suppress it with medications and therapies that can be suppressive, or ways of being, addictions, perhaps. Make it go away. Make it go away. I don't want to feel it. It's bad. I'm going to silence it. I'm going to ignore it. And when we ignore these symptoms, we're literally abandoning and ignoring ourselves and teaching our children to do the same. Not trust themselves, not trust their body, not trust their world, the signals they're getting. Shut it off. And then we have this cycle of toxicity, okay? So which is toxicity, coping, addiction, suppression. We're literally living in survival mode at all times. I am broken. I can't heal myself. And where does that get us? Like nowhere. That's despair right there. That's just without agency or empowerment. That is where we have the perpetual cycle of despair, anxiety, angst, anger, frustration, rebellion, blame, all of those things that get us nowhere. All right, so let's move to this harmony, this model of harmony. So in this model, we allow and we listen rather than saying there's a problem with the child. Of course, this is normal. Like, why else would we have these feelings if it wasn't natural, right? A natural thing to happen. And look at this little one here, tapping into her emotion, into herself, into her body, into her own inner wisdom. I love that picture so much, actually. Next one, emotions as a path to discovery. So rather than it being difficult and there's a pathology, we need a diagnosis, everything is right about you or right about me. And there's support, there's listening, there's understanding, there's self-discovery, there's holding space for those big emotions. And if we can't do that, then that means we have our work to do on ourselves. That means that not the child has work to do, but the mom, the dad, the grandparent, the support person has their own work to do if they can't hold that space for that child to have that difficult, big emotion. We don't even try to talk them out of it. We support them through it. We listen and we also do guide, of course, but it's not where, shh, it's okay. It's like, no, don't worry about, no, like, here's a treat. Here, that's actually reinforcing the addictive behavior, or that's bad, or just stop already. I can't deal with you, right? Rejection, abandonment, all that stuff. So we just do the best we can. We're all working through our own stuff. And if that ever happens, we just pick it up and we discuss that with our kids and we say, I'm still human and I shouldn't have done that. We're going to work you through that. I'm going to help you. I'm here and I'm doing my own work. Everything is right about you as a parent and as with your child, and they need to know that everything is right about me. Okay, so in this harmony model, rather than suppress, we have new experiences and insights. Wow, okay, this is telling me this. I am supported. I can move through this. I don't need it to go away. I can move through it. It's something I'm just like, I'm going to go through it because there's nowhere to go but through if you want to get to the other side, right? And then this lastly, we have personal evolution and harmony. I can always heal myself. In fact, I'm not broken. So that is where I want to end this series, this part. And I'm going to go back to what we're going to be doing in parts 2 and part 3. So you'll see each part, and I keep trying not to trip over what I'm trying to say about these parts. So there's part 1 with 4 videos, part 2 with 4 topics and videos, part 3 with 4 topics and videos. Okay. So what's coming up? And if you go to part 2, I talk about planting seeds, a parent's guide for nurturing sustainable deep wellness in your children. These are dates of the time of recording, so just disregard that if this is after the fact. And if this is long time after the fact and I haven't revised this, then that means this information is still relevant. I'm always revising and updating everything in my programs as I learn and as I expand my knowledge base or my awareness. And so if these dates are old to you, then that is a-okay because the information is still Very, very poignant and relevant and current. All right. So that said, so part two is divided into 4 topics, which would be, if you're listening to the recording rather than showing up live, the 4 topics are, or videos, the aspects of the self to nurture for sustainable deep wellness. Topic 2, stress, environment, hormesis, and catabolism in mental and physical dis-ease. And then the topic or video 3, physical density. So this is our physical selves, the physiological and biochemical experience. So I'm going to be talking about stress cascade and what goes on in the brain and hormones and neurochemicals and brainwave states, etc. And topic 4, we're going to talk about the energetic density, the mental, emotional, spiritual experience. And we touched on some of that stuff already, but that's where we're going to be going deeper into that. And then part 3 is tools and practices to reclaim your children from anxiety, depression, and the pop culture trance. And topic 1, or video, if you're watching the video recordings, is solutions number 1, lifestyle, nutrition, circadian rhythm, movement, returning to the rhythms of nature. So that's the first topic. And this is all practical, doable practices and not practices, I guess, and lifestyle changes to actually reharmonize and help your families and everybody to reharmonize their mental and emotional state to a state of wellness. Topic 2, solutions number 2. So practices for the heart, soul, nervous system, and energetic body. So I love these. Like I'm loving like the basics in solutions 1, but solutions 2 is really where I find my heart is, and helping people to do that. Because most people understand nutrition and sleep and, exercising is good for you. But in topic 1, we do go into more into why. But the solutions number 2, so topic 2, this is a lot of stuff that people don't actually do, and they know they should, like, meditation and mindfulness and somatic release and things like EFT, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to talk about all of that stuff because it's the missing piece of the puzzle for many people. And then so topic 3, reclaiming your children from the pop culture trance. So that would be what I actually talked about, or I introduced several times throughout this part 1, is tradition, rites of passage, stewardship, mentorship, eldership from the wisdom keepers. So this is where I dig into what some of those traditions might be, what we see in cultures that practice that, why we need to do that, way we must not need, as in like a, desperate need, but we must, as in a charged, like a beautifully charged, what is it? I'm like losing the word, like an invitation to something deeper. We must do this. It's inspired. That's the word. Isn't that funny? I lost the word inspired when I use that word about 3 million times a day. All right. So then topic 4, we're going to be talking about empowering your children to reclaim themselves. Oh, yeah. Like, isn't that what we want? Isn't that what we want? It's for our children to be empowered and to feel in charge of their life and well-being. Isn't that what we want? Don't we want them to be free? And so I have 3 bonus videos. You'll have these videos because it doesn't matter if you have part 1, part 2, part 3, you get the videos with each part. So the first bonus video is allowing our children's brilliance, what a true education must look like. Bonus video 2, a message to youth who are struggling. And bonus video 3, and I want you to use your headphones for this, parents. It's an experiential session. What are we seeking? What are we missing? A parental experience. So that I'll leave that to your imagination, but I want you to play it when you have when you have that amount of time to yourself and have that experience with me. All right. So thank you for attending or for purchasing or for watching or for using this as self-study, this part 1, how Western culture is giving rise to mental illness, emotional struggle, addictive behavior, and disharmony. And I truly hope to see you in the next session. All right. So if you enjoyed that, have a look on my website, carlaathertoninspired.com. I'm not sure if I'm posting or putting it up onto healthyfamilyformula.com. I may have like a link to Carla Atherton Inspired, but if you go to carlaathertoninspired.com, you will see the offerings, the recorded programs. This will be under the recorded programs or a workshop. If it's offered live at the time that you're listening to this. So have a look there, go find it in my recorded programs, and you can get the entire program and start really doing some shifting in your own family, for your own children, for yourself, and for your broader communities. And let's do this together. This podcast is sponsored by the Healthy Family Formula, which essentially means that we share our information for free. For more support, community, audio coaching, full episodes, bi-monthly live Q&A, discounts on our group coaching programs, and more, become a patron of my work at www.patreon.com/Carla Atherton. For more information about anything related to family health, do pick up my book, Family Health Revolution, and check out our newsletter, blog, individual and group coaching programs, and practitioner training program at Healthy Family Formula and carlaathertoninspired.com. Find us on Instagram at Coach Carla Atherton and on Clubhouse at Empowered Family. Please note that Family Health Revolution podcast is not a source for diagnosis or medical treatment, but is the opinion of the host. This podcast is intended to empower people with information so they can make the best health decisions for themselves. It is up to each person to listen to their inner wisdom, consider the information they deem to be accurate and applicable to their individual situation, and consult with their trusted healthcare providers if they so choose when making any decisions regarding their own health or the health of their loved ones. Each person's health is their own responsibility.